Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Hello, everybody. You're listening to Let's Make a List on KPCA LP, Petaluma, California, 103.3 FM, online at kpca.fm. I'm Phil. I'm your host for this show. It's a show where we take pop culture things like movies, books, video games, other things, TV, stuff. And we make lists and we talk about our choices. And this is our, what's it called, our second to last episode. I'll introduce our guest so that way she can help me find the right word. Ariel's here, everybody. You guys know Ariel?
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello. How's it going?
It's going pretty good, thank you.
Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
Oh, my pleasure.
It's been a really good run.
It has been. It's been fun. So what's it? Is it called Penultimate? Is that your?
Penultimate, I think, isn't that the last?
Is that the ultimate last?
No.
But pentagram is like 5. Pentagon, pentagram. I don't know. What's it called? What's your second? Well, it's the second last. Next week is our last, and it's a big 2-hour finale starting early next week at 1 p.m., 1 to 3. Big Halloween episode. All Halloween, all the time. 24 hours.
You finally get to use your sound effects.
I think I will use some sound effects. I think it will be necessary.
Necessary.
Yep, and appropriate. So today, because it's our second to last, and next week we're doing all Halloween stuff, we're going to focus on just favorite stuff.
Yeah.
Favorite movies, favorite books, favorite music. We're just going to kind of cover a bunch of things. Some might go in depth, some we'll just kind of breeze over because we've talked about them a lot already in the past. But first thing I want to do, because we've been doing the show, I didn't see what the first episode was. I don't remember how long ago. It's probably a year, a little over a year, because we've done the Halloween episode before. It's probably been over a year. It's been over a year, definitely. So I wanted to do a thing where I play a couple of short clips from past episodes real quick to relive.
What?
So here is a little part from an episode that this is back all the way in. Wait, when was this? This was October 10th of last year, 2017. So here's a little tiny bit from that, or just to see like what people think. That was October 11th, 2017.
That was the entirety of the clip.
That was.
Oh my.
That was that one, and then let's see. This was another good one. This was September of this year, September 28th. Yeah, let's do a second of this. Online at kpca.fm. I am your host for that. Was a good episode. I remember that one very much. Just playing like the greatest hits right now. If you want, you can go on YouTube and find a bunch of them. You can just search like "Let's Make a List" KPCA on YouTube, and you'll find. We'll do one more, and then we'll finish this joke. This is September 27th, 2017. So this is one of our first episodes. This is with our good friend Kevin was on the show. Oh, yeah.
And everyone's going to die, you know.
There we go. Who knew that we were talking about that? You can go online and see. All right, so I just wanted to revisit some of those moments on our show so you guys remember. Hope you guys aren't crying. But if you are, I hope they're good tears. So yeah, today, got lots of stuff. I got a little bit of trivia I want to do also that is very timely and topical. Yeah, so I thought that segment thing supposed to take about half an hour. It took about 3 minutes.
Talk about penultimate. That's the penultimate Phil joke.
Okay.
I want to play clips. Oh, well, there we go.
Oh yeah, this is our second to last What's Going On in Petaluma bit. I might do that in Phil and Errol's mixtape because that show is going to keep going. It's getting kind of sunny out, and I didn't put the sun thing up in my car. I don't think. Oh, did I? I can tell. Oh, I did put it up. All right, we're good. All right, that's what's going on in Petaluma today.
I hope that you run outside, put it up while the show is.
Yeah, you can leave the doors open and yell so you can hear what I'm doing. So yeah, Ariel.
Yes, sir.
The list that I put the most amount of effort in is my favorite albums of all time, musical albums of all time.
Okay.
So I'm going to save that for later.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just going to kind of list some stuff.
It sounds pretty good.
And I want people to know that they can call in if they want. If they sometimes it's just fun to talk about your favorite stuff. So if you want to call in, you call into KPCA at 707-981-7577. That's 707-981-7577. So you can call in the station. You'll go right to us. We will pick up and talk at you and listen from you. Let's start with some movies.
Okay.
I got my top 11 movies.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't do 10 because I chose to do 11.
Yeah, I did not do 10. I went over. I think I've got 11 things. And I've just been adjusting my list multiple times. So I'm trying to accommodate because I went, oh my God, how did I forget that I love this series? That's number one. Great, now I have to change everything to different numbers.
Well, my movies are in order, but the other things aren't necessarily in order.
These aren't necessarily in order, but I'm trying to put them in a ranking a little bit.
You should rank them.
I'm trying.
Put them in order based on rank.
Yes.
Oh
no.
All right, here real quick.
Okay.
I'm gonna do my top 11 movies.
Mm-hmm.
You have 3 guesses. Oh no, here, how about this? See how far you can get until you get one wrong.
Okay.
You can guess, and then I'll just list them from there. And I could do that for yours too, for any of your list.
Okay.
So top 11 movies right now. This can change at a whim's notice. Do you want to start guessing?
Star Wars?
No. Star Wars is not in my top 10. You
Uh,
get 3 strikes.
What was that?
I'm changing the rules as it goes.
What was that Quentin Tarantino Grumpy Old Men in the West movie?
Hateful Eight?
The Hateful Eight.
It's not in my top 10, no, sorry.
Ghostbusters.
Yes. You got 1. You have 2 strikes. You got 1. Your goal is to get 3 correct before you get 3 strikes.
What was the World War II Quentin Tarantino movie?
Glorious.
Inglorious Bastards.
Yep. No, that's not. That's my top. I'll think all those are in my top 20.
Wow.
Yeah. We've got it counting down from 11. You ready?
Okay.
Mother.
Mm-hmm.
That's a movie I've seen recently. It usually takes years for things to get into my top 11. But that one blew me away. Number 11 was Mother. 10, Back to the Future. This is Spinal Tap.
Mm-hmm.
Office Space. Zodiac. 8 Mile. Best in Show. Superbad. Blair Witch Project. And then Ghostbusters 2 and Ghostbusters 1.
Ghostbusters.
Yep. Superbad, I know a lot of people are turning on that one because it has some homophobic jokes and stuff in it.
Mm-hmm.
But here's my thing. It takes place in late 90s, I think. And it takes place high school, and it's pretty accurate at that time how most high schoolers talked and did stuff. And it's not, I don't feel like it's hateful. I feel like they're just people, what?
Hateful. 8.
Oh, nice. I think it's the hate, so like you're correcting me.
Penultimate.
Yeah. But I think, I feel like it is accurate to how high schoolers acted, especially at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So you were doing a list of prepared books.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any other lists, or is that what you're focusing on?
That's the one.
Totally cool. Let me just get some of my other things out of the way then.
Yeah.
We'll get the books
Get them out
out
of the way.
Video games we talked about a lot. Age of Mythology,
Mm-hmm.
Tony Hawk games, Skyrim. I can go on and go on and go on, but no need. TV shows. You want to do the guessing thing again? This is the most self-indulgent episode of anything you'll ever hear on the radio. But if you are listening and you want to call in,
no, I'm gonna correct you on that because I'm pretty sure that there's some real right-wing nut shows that are very, very. What was the word you used?
self-indulgent.
Self-indulgent.
Yeah.
So.
But we invite people to call in 707-981-7577. 707-981-7577. It's fun to talk about things you like. There's a lot of stuff in the world to not like. Let's talk about things we like some.
Yeah, let's all join together by liking stuff.
Yep. TV shows, you want to guess? I got 10.
Okay, I'm going to make 3 not real guesses.
It's very possible, or not real, but it's very possible you'll say one and go, oh, that should have been in my top 10. I'll change it.
My fake guess number 1, Supernatural.
No.
Fake guess number 2, The Vampire Diaries. Fake guess number 3 is Stargate.
Nope.
SG-1.
No, no.
Okay, real
Atlantis.
guess.
Stargate Atlantis.
Ooh, that's controversial. Okay, real guess. Star
Well,
Trek
those
Next
three of you.
Generation.
Two of those are in your top 10, probably.
Yes.
Not Vampire Diaries, though.
No.
Okay.
Stargate Next Generation.
Stargate Next Generation?
Darn it. Star Trek
No, sorry.
Next Generation. I'm
That
appalled.
that top 20.
Can I say the name of one of the shows that you really, really like right now?
If that one is not in my top 10, but that's
Okay.
close.
The Office.
Yes.
And Parks and Rec.
Yes.
Yes. And then,
You're doing well.
do I still have
Yeah,
to my...
you have 2 strikes. You have one more
Okay.
strike.
What is life? What is
This is where we find out how important our
American
marriage really
Vandal.
is to you.
American Vandal? Did
Yes,
that
it
make
is.
it?
It
Okay,
is.
good. I'm glad that made its way in there. Yay!
Yeah. Well, you keep going. You only still have 2 strikes.
Uh-oh. What other shows have we watched in our life? I'm kind of pulling a lot of blanks, so
You are done.
yeah,
All right. Got Mr. Show,
of course.
Breaking Bad,
Mm-hmm.
Parks and Rec, Party Down, Extras,
Yeah.
Orphan Black,
Nice.
The Jinx. Does that count as a show? It's like a
Yeah.
mini
You watched
docu
it.
series.
In episodes, it was
Yeah,
an episodic
yeah,
thing,
there we go.
so.
Trailer Park Boys,
Mhm.
The Real Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I think that if there were a written test and multiple choices, I would have been like, oh yes, obviously.
There are a few like The Office and Trailer Park Boys. I feel like the last few episodes have decreased significantly in quality,
Mm-hmm.
but still.
Did you say It's Always Sunny?
Darn it.
I knew it.
Yeah, that busts out. That gets rid of the Real Ghostbusters. That moves it. Real Ghostbusters is the one that's on there for nostalgic sake, pretty much.
Mhm.
But yeah, It's Always Sunny should go ahead of that, definitely. All right, well,
Haha, so I have redeemed myself.
you have double redeemed yourself.
Ew.
Yep.
Double redemptions.
Yeah, let's get the music stuff for last. Let's talk about books.
Cool.
All right, so
It's your favorite subject.
my books list is pathetic
Okay.
because I forget books I read usually,
Mm-hmm.
and then I don't read that many books because I have trouble focusing on them.
You have ADD, I believe is what it is.
Mhm. And so my favorite books are all the Vincent Bugliosi books.
Those
True
are
crime.
really massive books.
Yeah, Helter Skelter and The Sea Will Tell, Till Death Us Do Part. Those are the three main ones for me that if you care about true crime stuff at all, if you care about investigative reporting and things like that at all, if you care about legal process and
Mm-hmm.
if you care just about wanting
Just
to hear good
any
stories that are
True
true,
crime.
it is so well done. He's I talked about this before, but I'm gonna say it again. He tells good stories and he teaches you things about being an attorney and investigation, how the law works
Mhm.
without it seeming preachy, without it being dry.
Mm-hmm.
And he just says it in a way that does not seem dumbed down, but
He
is
also
very clear.
seems like he wasn't. Is he still with us?
No, he passed away a few years ago.
So he seemed like he wasn't very pretentious. It seemed like
Right.
he was very earnest without being naive. Like
Yeah.
he was very, very. I want to find out why something happened and make sure that the right justice is applied
Right.
to the situation.
Yeah.
And like he wouldn't let anything stop him from
Mhm.
doing that.
And he is. I don't think I've ever read or heard anything about anyone with a better work ethic than
Mhm.
you. My dad has an amazing work ethic too.
Yeah. I mean,
But-
could you imagine if you like if your dad had the urge to solve crimes? Like
Oh,
he
yeah.
would be top crime solver.
Yeah.
Like, excuse me, Poirot.
Yep.
Move over.
I know none of people in my family have a good work ethic, but
Mhm.
Vincent Bugliosi is he lived this stuff,
Yeah.
and he talks about how it affects his family, but talks about how he is constantly making sure that his family is okay with what's going on. Basically, I think too. So
Mhm.
it isn't. I've read another book. I can't remember what it was. I didn't finish it because the author annoyed me. But he was talking about how he was undercover, I think, for a while in the mob, and he was talking about how like he was complaining basically about how his wife and stuff would be upset that he's gone all the time.
Yeah.
And he's talking about like, geez, they don't get it, that kind of thing. And it's like, yeah, way to make yourself unlikable right away.
Yeah, so Vincent Bugliosi didn't have to like diminish
right.
the relationship.
It was like there were times he was going like, I should have been there more for this, blah, blah, blah. But there were also things like, I found a way to balance both, and I am confident that I did not slight anybody or anything like that. So he's, I don't know. I highly recommend those books.
Nice.
Yeah. That's my personal opinion. Yeah. So Ariel, what about some books? Do you want me to guess some? Do you think there are any that I'm going to guess? I can guess the series probably or something.
Yeah. So you're welcome to do that. My books are there's a combination of single books that are part of series and a whole series.
Okay.
So take a guess.
You got the Outlander series. Do you have the whole series as one?
Yep. That's my number one.
Number one.
Mm-hmm.
Chronicles of Narnia?
Nope.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I know that you were really into them though.
Yeah, got
And you
edged out
referenced them.
though.
Oh.
So that would be my number 13 on the list of 12.
Not Lord of the Rings.
No.
Because you
I have not
didn't
read.
finish and so
all of
not
them.
Hobbit.
Mhm.
Okay. Ender's Game?
Nope.
There's so many that I recognize the cover and the title and the author. I just can't.
Mm-hmm. What video
Dianetics?
games are for you, books are for me.
Yeah.
Dianetics? No.
I'm gonna say,
Your favorite author is on here.
Oh yeah, Louis Penny is.
Yes.
What's the name of that series?
Armand Gamache.
That's it.
It's the Gamache series.
Yeah, that's the character's name, correct?
Yes.
And he is a police officer.
Mm-hmm.
And he's in Canada,
Mm-hmm.
and nothing ever goes bad. Thank you for reminding me of Louis Penny. It's embarrassing that I didn't get that right away.
I'm embarrassed for you.
So wait, have I gotten 2 of the? How many are on there? 10?
12.
12? I got 2 of the 12.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is sad. Are there any Philip K. Dick ones on there?
No.
Are there any Orson Scott Card?
Mm-mm.
Are
That would
there-
be Ender's Game.
Yeah. Are there any Game of Thrones isn't on there.
Mm-mm.
You like the show more than the books, right?
I haven't read the books since freshman year of high school.
Yeah.
And I started reading them, I think, in 6th grade.
We're getting a phone call, everybody. Let me press some buttons now. Phone call time for you. Here we go. Hey, how's it going? Thanks for calling, Mom. What's going on?
I was just going to second that. The Louise Penny books are the best gift I ever got from Ariel, was being introduced to those books.
Yay!
Mhm.
Yeah,
That is
the world building is just so incredible.
Yep, and I'm reading one right now, and it's like I spaced them out throughout my life. Otherwise, that's all I would do.
Did you know there's a new one coming out next month?
I don't have it yet.
Are you?
I'm only on about book 8, I think.
Ooh, you got so much to catch up on.
That anybody who likes to read should read those because they're so good.
Yeah, they're mysteries that are not necessarily focused on the crime, which is definitely something that's been popular since CSI. They are actually focused on the humanity behind the crime and the moment.
And the people in a town, and it's just fantastic.
So it's just.
They're all my best friends.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all. I just wanted to reiterate.
Thank you, strange caller that we've never heard from before.
Thank you, strange mom.
Bye.
Bye. It's one of our regular callers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, I don't know if I'm ready.
You could
okay,
definitely
Here
name
we go.
one more.
Here we go. You've got. Oh, just a second. American Gods.
No, that's
Oh,
not a series yet. That's one solid book.
book. But you said you have individual books. in there too,
True,
don't you?
but that solid solo book is not on the
What
list.
about the Spider one?
I appreciate that, but no.
What's that book called?
Anansi Boys?
That's it.
Mhm.
Are there any Neil Gaiman?
Not on this list.
Are there any
Unfortunately.
graphic novels on there?
No. And if I had remembered that, there would have been. So I will say if you can
Sandman?
name it, the
Okay.
bonus Sandman. So good.
Wow, this is something. It's gonna be names I know. And it's gonna drive me crazy.
I'm going to tell you, there's only one on this list that you can name.
You can read.
It's a popular series.
Oh,
that-
Harry Potter.
Yes.
There we go.
Yeah.
Jeez,
The Harry Potter
Louise, me.
series. So
I bet I'm gonna recognize some of the others though.
you probably will. You'll recognize like the stories.
Here, you can, if you want to say the name of the book or the series, I'm gonna try to guess the authors.
Oh, good luck.
Thank you.
And of course. So I'm going to start at the beginning, or I'm going to start from the end, rather.
Okay.
So the last book
This is
on
a book
my
you hate.
list this is my number 12, and it is The Veil of Gold by
Louise Penny.
Kim Wilkins.
Oh yeah, I don't want to say.
It's kind of like a turn on Russian fairy tales, and it's this really, really great dark story that takes place in the real world. And I picked it up at the library one day, and I read it, and I didn't expect it, and like didn't know who the author was, and it was just this really, really well told story that I think about every once in a while. And I've read, I think, only 2 other books by that author because I'm really bad at keeping up with things that I love. Like, my favorite bands, could not tell you who's in the band
Right.
unless it's like the Beatles or Blur, because you are a fan of Blur. So my number
I like the
11,
Beatles, too.
yeah, well, whatever. Number 11 is the Assassin series, which is actually a collection of multiple trilogies that follow the same characters in the same world. And so it's not actually called the Assassin series. Each trilogy has a name.
Can you name one of the books in one of the trilogies?
The Assassin's Apprentice.
Oh, that's with they made a movie with John C. Reilly and has magic. Oh, and they also did one with Nicolas Cage and the guy from Knocked Up.
Nailed it.
I'm gonna say I don't know.
It is by Robin Hobb, who is a very prolific
Okay.
writer.
Yeah.
She has just these huge series that are huge novels each, and they're just like comprised of trilogy after trilogy after trilogy. It's incredible. My number 10 is, you named it, Harry Potter by...
J.K. Rowling.
Yes, the whole series I love to pieces, but it is not in my top 5 remotely because there are better books out there. Number 9, the Alex Benedict novels, which take place in space.
Can you name one of the names of the novels?
It's one that I lent to your brother,
Oh,
but I'm going to forget the name of right now.
Space Nine Pizza Party. Written by, gosh, okay, tell me.
Jack McDevitt.
McDevitt. I was literally gonna say McGinnis. No.
They are futuristic,
Yeah.
like basically sci-fi novels that take place 3,000 years in the future, and it's really cool having that kind of world building.
I think we can see one of his books from our bed.
Yes,
I see that name a lot.
you are correct. It's in the bookshelf in our bedroom,
Nice.
which is one of the many bookshelves. My number 8 is the Duncan Kincaid and Gemma James series by
Sorry.
Deborah Crombie. They
Okay.
follow DCIs. I think they're both DCIs now. I don't remember. But they're both inspectors with the Metropolitan Police in the UK. And it's a murder mystery series.
Cool.
My number 7, The Belgariad. by-
Oh boy, this one. Is it a 3-part name? Or 2-part name?
It is a 3-part
Are
name.
Are they initials?
No, it's a 3-part name comprised of 2 people.
Oh. Bono and The Edge.
David and Lee Eddings.
Eddings, yes.
And I love that book
Are
series.
they married? Brother,
I
sister?
believe that they were
Brothers?
married and that they helped each other write these series because they were also super prolific. I think that they also wrote some Dragonlance books. I'm not 100% sure on that, which is, I think, D&D-ish.
Okay.
But the Belgariad, I think they started writing it in like the 70s and 80s, so it's very much like a different style of fantasy that was really prevalent back then. But I really love them, and I return to them at least every other year, which is why Harry Potter is not higher up on my list.
We got a text that said that phone line isn't working, and so I'm checking to see if it didn't hang up or something like that. I don't think it's going. Sorry, please continue. I didn't need to.
No worries. My number 6, The The Green Rider series by.
The Green Rider?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Like a person who rides horses and wears green.
Like Walt Disney?
Kristen Britton.
Sorry.
There's no reason for you to know these. I love this book series. And there's a new book coming out soon.
Cool.
My number 5. Any book by Patricia McKillop.
Okay.
She has a lot of like individual novels that are set sometimes in separate fantastical worlds, but every time I read one of her books, they are some of the best fantasy that I've ever encountered because they just are like paintings, but with words. Like there's so much detail, there's so much lore, there's so much everything, and they're not huge books. She achieves a lot with very, very little. It's amazing.
Just use pictures that way.
Yes. Oh, A Talent for War is what the book is by Jack McDevitt,
Okay.
which was my number 9. So now we are to my number 4, which is Louise Penny's Gamache series. Number 3, Fortress in the Eye of Time by
I know that name.
C.J. Cherry.
I don't know that name.
And her last name is spelled Cherryh, which you would never know that that's pronounced Cherry unless you actually looked online.
Uh-huh.
Number 2, the Abhorsen series.
Yeah.
Abhorsen. One of the books is
What?
Sabriel. And there's Lyriel.
What did you spell?
Abhorsen. Abhorsen.
That's the name. Okay. I think spelled
It's the name of the series. So Sabriel, Lyriel, Abhorsen.
Okay.
Trilogy.
I should know.
Garth Nix.
Yeah, I've seen that name all that too.
And then number 1, Outlander series by Diana Gabaldon.
Nice.
Somebody gave that to me. One of my mom's friends gave me Outlander when I was 13 and said, you like historical fiction, you'll like this. And yes, it does have some romance elements, but there's also fantasy and so much historical detail because the author was a scientific researcher, so she applies those skills to studying history. And of course, she like changes some information here and there to like better fit the story because sometimes you just have to do that. But the information that's packed into these novels takes her like 2 to 3 or 4 years to write, and they're just incredible. And she's on the 10th novel now that she is writing currently.
You like the show too?
I do. I like the show because the costume design is out of this world. I love it. And I could nerd out over it for days.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Have you read all of those multiple times?
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
I read at least one of them every year. I have a couple audiobooks of them, so sometimes when I'm working, I'll listen to them. But there's so much information in them that when I first read them, because like I first read the first one when I was 13, first. So as they came out, sometimes I was more interested in a certain storyline because there are other characters that develop and then they veer from the main characters and go into these other stories. So I didn't really commit some of that information to memory. So I still get a little bit surprised when I read some of the later books. And they're all like 900 pages long or something. They're huge. Yeah, 600 to like 900. And I love them.
Yeah, that's impressive. That's pretty cool.
You're welcome.
I'm jealous.
Yeah.
I wish I could read like that.
Well, you play video games though, which is like kind of reading with your eyes, if that makes any sense. Like they kind of feed the same part of our brains a little bit. Because like I didn't have video games growing up. You did. It wasn't really part of my life. It never really has been. And growing up an only kid, like I, at best, an extroverted introvert. So like I had a book with me everywhere I went. It's only been the past few years that I don't have a book with me everywhere I go because
we have phones.
Yes, we have phones. And okay, so I do have books with me everywhere I go. I have a couple hundred in my phone. But yeah, I can read a 500-page book in a day.
That's crazy.
Because I've read for so long, and it's my jam. You're welcome. That felt like me just like talking about me for a while. Welcome to Let's Make My List with Ariel.
That was what I wanted. I talked nonstop for a while. People, if you're trying to call in, it's not working. You can try again. 707-981-7577. I tried from my cell phone too, and it wasn't working. So I don't know what's going on. So I apologize if anyone is trying to call in. You can always tweet us at Phil and Ariel, or send us a message on Instagram at Phil and Ariel if you want to contact us during the show. And you can also email us, philandariel@gmail.com. So I'll have all those open, so in case someone wants to chime in, go for it. So again, that's Twitter, Instagram, at philandariel, and email philandariel@gmail.com. I apologize for the phone not working as people are doing that. All right, so I think we should put on the music stuff.
Yes.
Really good. So music stuff. This is where my movies and music, my big list making passions revolve around.
Yes.
And music especially. Do you do the thing where you, growing up, you would imagine being interviewed like you were famous and people asked about what your influences were and what stuff you like?
Literally all the time. But
Yeah.
it wouldn't even necessarily be like, what are your influences? And I'd be like, I was influenced by this. I would be like, here's my whole life story.
Yeah.
Let me tell you in song. Like, shower interviews. All the time.
Yep, exactly. So I do that a lot, and it's fun to make lists because we, as you know, we are all defined by the things that we like.
Mm-hmm.
That is who we are. That and our jobs. And so,
Just a bunch of facts.
don't tell Tyler Durden because he will disagree. So, bands, musical artists. I try to do my top 10. This changes. Usually the top 5 stays in there, but the other ones change every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna, in no specific order. No specific order for most of them. I'm gonna say my top 10.
Mm-hmm.
Louise Burns,
Nice.
and she's relatively new. Her first solo album came out like 5 years ago, something like that.
What was the first one?
Melodrama,
Okay.
and then she put out
Young
Midnight Mass, and then Young Mopes.
Young Mopes is one of those like perfect albums.
I think they all are. Tech Nine,
Mm-hmm.
I think very close second, my favorite rapper of all time.
He's incredible.
Yeah, and songwriter, and he's just prolific. He's just putting out music. He puts out like basically 2 albums a year. And the way he uses melody, and he speaks clearly, and he has different rhyming patterns and schemes and things he talks about vary so much. He
I
has
feel like he's got 3 sets of
personality.
lungs, like he
Yeah.
must have, because the way he flows is just like insane.
Yeah.
And to be so clear and so well understood when he's flowing
Yeah.
like that is just.
yeah, it's amazing.
And he's also really funny
Yeah,
and really fun.
his charisma and stuff comes out.
And
through
every
it.
holiday on Instagram, he gets really excited about his Christmas tree. Like, really excited about his
Yeah.
Christmas tree. It's like, I want you to see it
It's
from all
fun.
angles. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Stone Temple Pilots.
Mm-hmm.
They're one of those that creeped in there. And just I love them. Garbage.
Yeah.
The ones I realized every time I listen to them, like, I don't know why I don't consider them one of my favorites when they are.
Mm-hmm.
Graham Coxon's solo music,
For sure.
we saw recently, very exciting. Gorillaz, Mogwai,
Nice.
Beatles,
So far, I'm not surprised by any of these.
Beatles, Deftones,
Mhm.
Eminem, and then Blur, obviously.
Yeah, no, obviously.
I'm gonna say 10 for you, and I'm gonna just, even though you don't have your top 10, I'm gonna say 10, and you're gonna go like, oh yeah, that works.
I will
Interpol,
confirm or deny. Yes.
Beatles,
Yes.
Kate Bush,
Yes.
Garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, 4 out of 4, not bad. I'm gonna now say, my voice is a little weird. I'm gonna say Devil Makes 3. No, I blew it.
Not anymore.
Darn.
Like, I still love a couple of their songs,
Mm.
but their whole
Yeah.
collection of music is not.
Well, even though, okay, here's another one where I know you kind of lost interest, but still might be the top 10 against me.
Not anymore.
Alright, that's fine. Phantogram?
Yes.
Yes.
Against Me would be like top 15, I think,
Mhm.
because I haven't been keeping up with their music for the past few years, but I'm still excited every time I hear anything about them. So they have a very, very special place in my heart.
Yeah. I'm going to then say, it's getting tougher now. We're going to read some obvious ones. Are there any that you're thinking of right now that you're waiting for me to say?
There is one that I'm thinking of right now.
Fleetwood Mac?
You know, I'm not going to deny that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do love that. But there's a solo artist that I'm thinking of right now.
Enya?
Yes.
That's not the one you're thinking of, though?
No. I don't even know how many we're at now.
Yeah, I don't know either. I think it's like 6.
Do you want me to give you a
Would
hint?
Bjork be in there? Oh, Peter Gabriel?
Yeah.
Peter, was that who you're thinking of?
No.
Oh.
But that's another
Peter
person.
Bjork?
No. Do you want me to give you a hint?
Yeah.
This solo artist took years to release anything else. And their website had stuff for a really long time and then went completely dark
Fever Ray.
for like 2 years. Yeah.
Fever Ray. Nice.
Fever Ray. She, like, every time I hear anything come from her, I will, like, run to find it. I love her.
It's close to 10.
Mm-hmm. I haven't been keeping count.
I think it's pretty close. There's probably some that you like that I didn't name. Probably.
Probably.
Probably 1 or 2 bands that you go like, yeah, they're okay. Smash Mouth.
There is one that you haven't named. There are 2. I'll give you 2.
Ayoleko?
One's a solo artist. I do love her stuff, but she just released some
Wow.
solo stuff. The other stuff has been for soundtracks, so
Yeah.
I don't think that she wrote those things. There's one that's a solo artist that I obsess over that is related to the books. And then
Related to the books.
a series that did not make it on my top 10, but should have been on my top 10 to be real. And then a band that we have seen multiple times.
Be Blur?
No.
Okay. Metric?
Nope.
Um.
You were closer in the alphabet with your first guess.
Oh. You haven't seen them, so not ABBA.
Nope.
Sinead O'Connor?
We've never seen Sinead.
Oh, no, but I think they're related to books or something like that.
No.
Lorena McKenna?
Nope.
Thinking of the books related one then.
The author that wrote a graphic novel series that did not make it.
Oh,
on my
Amanda
top 10.
Palmer.
Amanda Palmer.
Yep, there we go.
AFP.
All right.
She's incredible.
I thought there's one. Oh, was it the same person you're talking about? Or is there one more person?
Nope.
There's one more artist?
Band.
One more band.
The
There's
band that we have seen
the
multiple times.
Band.
We were talking about them yesterday.
Oh, good.
When you made your first guess, which was Blur, you were close in the alphabet.
Well, there's got to be something that starts with A through L.
Blur.
I said Beatles. We haven't seen them. Doesn't count.
E.
Beach Boys.
How dare you? Wait, are you serious?
I'm having trouble thinking.
You said half the name.
Beach House. Got it. Nice. All right. All right. Are you ready, Ariel? Thank
Yes.
you. Or we'll do trivia after this.
Okay.
This is what this show has all come down to.
Yes.
Even though we have one more episode next week.
Yes.
This is the ultimate list. That's what I call it.
Oh.
This is my, in no specific order, and I'm not sure if it's fully accurate, but I think it is, my top 100 albums of all time.
Ooh.
Ultimate list. I'm just going to go through them.
Wow.
You ready?
Okay.
So guys, this is me just talking about music I like for 100 names straight.
Nice.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
I can't breathe in between. I can't stop. That's the goal.
You gotta wrap them.
All right. No specific order for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
All Blur's 8 albums. Garbage is self-titled and version 2.0. Beautiful Garbage, Strange Little Birds. Hard 5 stars of CCTV. Bjork, Post. Deftones, White Pony, Saturday Night Wrist, Around the Fur, self-titled album. Eminem's Marshall Mathers LP, Eminem Show, Slim Shady LP, Kamikaze, Encore, Relapse, Marshall Mathers LP 2. Mogwai's Happy Songs for Happy People. Snake River Conspiracy, Sonic, Jihad, thank you. South with the Tides, Cardigans, Gran Turismo, and First Band on the Moon. Gorillaz Demon Days, Graham Coxon's Kiss of Morning, and The Sky is Too High. Beatles, Sgt. Pepper, Revolver, The Beatles, the White Album, Abbey Road, Rubber Soul. Tech Nine, Special Effects. Cyndi Lauper's She's So Unusual. D12 World, Devil's Night. Cross's self-titled album. Kanye West's Graduation. Citizen Cope's self-titled album. Radiohead's Amnesiac. Giant Drag's Hearts and Unicorns. Janelle Monáe's The Art Android. Julian Casablancas, Roses for the Young. Chaos's Joyful Rebellion and Yes. Janet Jackson's The Velvet Rope. Lana Del Rey's Born to Die. Louise Burns' Melodrama Midnight Mass and Young Mose. Madonna's Ray of Light. Marilyn Manson's Hollywood. Metrics. Old World Underground, Where Are You Now? Mini Pops, A New Hope. New Spell of Time EPs. There's only 2/3 of them out so far, but it's part of an album. It's part of an album. I'm only doing full length, so this kind of counts. Minor Birds, Be Here Now. David Bowie's Earthling. NERD, Seeing Sounds. Nas's I Am. Nine Inch Nails' The Fragile. Outkast's Stankonia. Primus, Brown Album. Rammstein, Mutter. Robbie Williams, Sing When You're Winning. Scott Weiland's 12 Bar Blues. Super Furry Animals, Lovecraft, and Rings Around the World. Seven Dust, Home. Slipknot's self-titled album. The Sounds, Living in America. Stone Temple Pilots, Chorus. Shangri-La-Di-Da. Number 4, Purple, and Tiny Music. Talk Talk's Color of Spring. Tenacious D's self-titled album. The Starts, Chow Baby, and Shakedown. Cess Crew's Catastrophic Event Specialist. Tricky's Noli West Boy. U.S. Girls in a Poem Unlimited. U2 Songs of Experience. Weezer's Blue Album and Pinkerton. Wolf Alice's My Love Is Cool. Andrew WK, I Get Wet. Beastie Boys, Hello Nasty. Glassjaw, Everything You Ever Want to Know About Silence, and Worship and Tribute. Got a Girl, I Love You But I Must Drive Off This Cliff Now. Weird Al's Dare to Be Stupid. Isley's The Valley, and Joker's Daughter's The Last Laugh. I saying 100 albums.
Wow.
So that was that. I think my top 100 albums of all time. If anybody memorized, if anybody thinks that I'm lifting out, let me know.
I like that you made air quotes at one point when you were doing that list.
I was.
The Beatles album.
Yeah.
And that was a visual reference?
Yes. Any surprises?
Nope.
Cool. Thanks, guys. That was fun for me. You want to do some trivia?
Sure.
All right. So because we only have one more episode after this, that means we're not going to be able to do a lot of our holiday shows coming up. So I'm going to say a lyric from a song that's about a holiday.
Okay.
You have to name the holiday. Extra points if you name the song.
Okay.
So it's a song about a holiday, basically.
Well, here's hoping.
All right. What a holiday song. Barbecue is cooking, sausages and chicken. The patio is buzzing. The neighbors there looking.
I'm guessing that would be about like 4th of July.
It's close. I'm starting with the toughest one. That's Bank Holiday. It's a Blur song about Bank Holiday. All right. Some people think that Ebenezer Scrooge is. Well, he's not, but guess who is? All Three Stooges.
I have no idea what that is.
Hanukkah. Hanukkah song by Adam Sandler.
Okay.
It's talking about people who are Jewish.
Mm-hmm.
Papa looks over at the small gathering, remembering days gone by. Smiles at the children as he watches them play and wishes his wife was still by his side.
Papa, can you hear me? No, I have no idea.
You don't know?
No.
That was, you want to guess what holiday it's about? So, no, Thanksgiving Day. The song is called Thanksgiving Day from Ray Davies of the Kinks.
Okay. The one Thanksgiving Day song that has ever meant anything in my family, we would listen to it, the whole thing, every Thanksgiving, which is a really long song. I think it's like half an hour, is Alice's Restaurant.
Oh, yeah,
by Arlo Guthrie. Yeah. So, stink that up, you other songs.
Are you guys ready for that one?
Shoot.
All right, guys. He's got jelly beans for Tommy, colored eggs for Sister Sue.
Easter.
Yeah, game song.
Nope.
Peter Cottontail. Gene Austria did it. I don't know if he wrote it. I didn't want to look that part up. Too much work. The fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still good buying.
Okay, what's weird is that in my head, I'm putting the melody of like one of the Wizard of Oz songs to it. We're off to see the wizard. That's a Christmas song.
Correct. Can you name the song?
White Christmas? No. I don't know.
Let It Snow.
Let It Snow.
White Christmas,
Let
I was
It
looking,
Snow.
every line in White Christmas made it completely obvious it's a Christmas song. This one's pretty obvious too,
Yeah.
but no.
It's also a process of elimination. If there's a fire involved, it's not summer.
Yeah.
It's not spring. It's probably going to be winter, not fall.
It's surprising how many holidays I couldn't find songs about. I found ones that were like kind of like "Let It Snow" is obviously a Christmas song, but it's also a winter song, so it's a little bit cheap. But there are lots of them where it's like this is what people play on this holiday, and it's like, yeah, but it's not really a holiday song. It's tough. All right, two more. And so we're told this is the golden age, and gold is the reason for the wars we wage.
Okay. Is that okay? Two options. One is the do they know it's Christmas?
It's not that.
Is it war is over?
It's not that.
Then it's okay. So there are three options. It's the other ensemble one. That's the Christmas.
It's not.
What is it? Tell me what it is.
It's New Year's Day from U2.
No. Because I recognize those lyrics.
Yeah.
That makes me really mad.
So yeah, that's U2 song.
I got really excited about that.
Last one. In this town, don't we love it now? Everybody's waiting for the next surprise.
I have no idea what that is.
What holiday could it be about, though? In this town, don't we love it now? Everyone's waiting for the next surprise. I'm not going to repeat a holiday. What other holidays are there? Go through them and see if it applies. We've already done New Year's. Could it be Valentine's Day? In this town, don't we love it now? It has love in there. Everybody's waiting for the next surprise.
Is it Valentine's Day?
It's not. It would be St. Patrick's Day. Or they're seeing if
a leprechaun pops
yeah,
up out of
that could be a surprise.
jelly bean.
Everybody's waiting for their next surprise. Could it? Errol does not think it is, but it could be. Who knows? She'd have to guess, and then she'll get an answer.
I'm gonna say Ramadan.
No. Halloween. It's from This Is Halloween. From
This is Halloween.
yeah,
This
Nightmare
is
Before
Halloween. Yeah.
Christmas.
Everybody else seems to know the words to that song because Nightmare Before Christmas seems to have made this like impression on people. That they're like, I'll never forget that first time I saw it, and I don't even know if I've ever seen the whole thing all the way through.
Well, it's good if you're in the right mood.
Like a Halloween surprise mood.
I guess so, yeah. Last time I watched it, I was subbing, I think, and there was Rochester was like, oh, I guess we have to watch a movie. I don't have to do anything. And then as we're watching it, I was like, I'm kind of bored. But I remember other times I've watched it, I like it a lot.
Well, when you're in charge of 30 children, that makes it a little bit harder to be able to focus on a movie.
That's true. Yeah, that was good. It was fun. Thank you. So we've got like 9 minutes left, then we have full circle sessions coming up, and what we're gonna do is I'm gonna play a song to celebrate how far we've gone with this show. We have one more episode. It's all Halloween next week, so I thought we'd kind of act like this was the end, because next week is all Halloween, and we can't do anything non-Halloween next week because that would be
It's
sacrilegious.
It's all Halloween.
Nice. So I think this song sums up where we've gone with this show and what we've done. We'll be right back after the song with closing words. Let's make the list. Well, looks like it's almost the end of the episode. It's almost the end of the show. We have one more week, guys. Next week, we'll be back with our special 2-hour Halloween episode from 1 to 3 p.m. And we're going to be talking about Halloween scary stuff. We're going to rank all the Halloween movies. There are, including the remakes, the new one coming out, I think 11. So hopefully we'll have time to watch the new one sometime soon. We have multiple guests on that one. You'll have to tune in to see. That's true. I have some people to thank. I want to thank Ariel for being our guest today. I want to thank all our past guests. We had many. I want to thank everyone here at the studio for being so supportive and letting me do this show. It means a lot to me. It actually has been a lot of fun. And next week is our final for this show. Let's make a list. But you know what? Phil Merrill's mixtape lives on. It's not anything. It's jumped into hyperdrive. hey, maybe we'll take some segments from this show and put them into that show, like Ariel mentioned before. We're going to have trivia, obviously. Maybe we'll add some lists. Maybe we'll talk about what's going on in Petaluma. Who knows? It's the end of an era, but it's not the end of forever. So, even though we'll be leaving you on Fridays, there's going to be someone else here taking the spot soon, so don't worry. And there's plenty of other radio.
I'm sorry, this is like so poignant and sweet, but it's also like
Yeah.
that you're such a step. I'm just like a victorious, look what I gave you. So.
But yeah, but honestly though, this has been a lot of fun, and thank you very much. And yeah, still be on the radio. Not only this show, I have one more episode next week, but Phil and Errol's Mixtape every Thursday, still from 5 to 7. Yeah, I have no problem. I have no plan to be on the radio any less, besides not having the show, so a little less. But hey, maybe I'll just stop and annoy people and be on their shows for now on.
Just hold a pad of paper like an investigative reporter.
Yeah.
Make a list.
Yeah.
What's your list? What's your list? What's your list, lady? What's your list?
Yep. Yeah, so stick around for DJ. Well, DJ Saeed's not here today, he's coming in, but Full Circle Sessions is coming up. Guys, I think the last day to register to vote, California, is on Monday, I think. Or, I think so. So, yeah, everyone register to vote. It's important. Yeah, make a list of your favorite candidates and vote for them.
Yeah, make a list and research your list.
Yeah.
And please vote.
Mm-hmm. The songs we listened to, Robbie Williams' Ghosts, and that was There's No Distance Left to Run. Guys, it's been a pleasure, and it will continue to be a pleasure next week. I might actually get emotional next week. We'll find out. And thanks for our caller. Anything else you wanted to say that's non-Halloween related? Because next week, it's just Halloween.
Boo. Thank you, Phil, for inviting me to be a guest on your show. It's always been fun making lists. And
Thank you very
being
much.
weird. I've always
It's fun.
liked it.
Yeah. Hopefully people enjoyed it. This is the kind of show I like where it's just people talking about pop culture stuff they like and being comfortable. And I got pretty comfortable.
Nice.
All right. Please stick around, everyone, for Full Circle Sessions. Bye-bye. We'll see you guys next Thursday and
Have a
then
great week.
next Friday. Bye-bye. Have a good time. Bye.